Hello again and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. So let's get straight to race 2 then from Willow Springs International Raceway. This is round 6 of the BMW M3 Cup. Let's get to the grid. So as I said right from race 1, we've got another couple of drivers that have joined us. So we've got Ice Chand on pole position, Jerry Smiles in second, Molson third, Chuck in fourth, Unforgiven in fifth. Too Fast for You in 6th, Paul in 7th, Thomas in 8th and Roger in 9th. It's reverse grid, 30-minute race. There is a pit stop requirement as well, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Mix of tyres, as you can see, mostly going with the mediums, a couple going with the super softs. But let's get straight to it then. Revs are up, lights are on, should be off any second, and away we go. Good start by everybody, I think. Yeah, so heading up to turn 1 then, Chan takes him into turn 1, Jerry still in second with Molson third, Chuck in fourth, Unforgiven in fifth, heading round this fast right-handers now. Sweeping right-handers now. Chuck there going on the outside of Molson is going to have a look there. It's not going to go around the outside. Molson a little bit on the dirt there. Sticks in fifth, Unforgiven then going up the inside of, well actually on the outside of Chuck. Did he get there? He didn't. No, he just backs off a little bit. Did Unforgiven, so remains in fifth. Then we've got Too Fast for You in sixth, Paul 7th, Thomas 8th, Rodru at the back in 9th. I think Unforgiven just went a little bit wide there. Was that Chuck? Might have been Chuck actually, I think. Might have went on a Chuck with a bit of a slide on round there. It's going to be Unforgiven the opportunity to get past, does he? No, but all he has, he's gone up the inside. Now if he sticks there, he will be on the inside, coming around this right-hander. Unforgiven. Does he get there? Not quite. But he could get there still, as they hit the apex of this final bend. Oh, hard on the brakes between both of them. Very tight, they're very close. No, he just backs off to Unforgiven, gives him the place, and Thomas has gone well out wide there, and he's gone out onto the dirt, and he drops down to the back, but keeps it going. Roger goes through, but I think he might have him. No, so Thomas drops down to the back then to 9th position. Look at this lot here in front of him though. Oh my goodness. So up front then, Ice Chan still being hassled by Molson actually, who's got up into 2nd place. Little wiggle there from Chan, but keeps it there. Molson's going to have a look. See if he can do the switch back here, can he? Went out wide, see if he can cut it back. No, not quite. Jerry's still there in 3rd though, chasing him down 2 with Too Fast for You. Just got through now, so Too Fast for You up to 4th. He's going to be having a look, see if he can get in the top 3 here, early doors. Still plenty of time, of course. Chuck 5th, Unforgiven up to 6th. In fact, Paul's just got him, has he? I think Paul just got the inside of him, so it's neck and neck down here as they head up to this right-hander now. It's just similar to race 1, but Paul got up the inside this time. No. Sticks behind Unforgiven. Or did he? No, he did get through there, so Paul does get through. There's a little gap that opened up. He managed to get through there, Paul, and there's a couple that's gone off, and that's Thomas and Rodru, I think. They've both gone off. Rodru, that's unlike him. As I was saying, in race 1, he doesn't make many mistakes, but actually got away with it, because I think Thomas made a mistake too, so drops back down to 8th, but yeah, both off there. That's very unlike Rodru. So Jerry's dropped down now to 7th as well, so Jerry's obviously had a moment as well, somewhere. He's been hounded now by Rodru. Lights ablaze. Now Rodru is going to have a look. No, not there, he's not. Jerry defends the inside. Does he get there? He does. No, he doesn't. Roger, I thought he was going to go on the outside, or as he actually will be on the inside now. For this next little left-hander. Yeah, he does get there. Or does he? Jerry's not giving up. Now Jerry's going to be on the inside. What a cracking little battle this is. Yeah, he does go around the outside. Does Roger just manages to keep the power down and gets there. So in front of them is Unforgiven in 6th place. Chuck in 5th. Paul up to 4th. So Unforgiven then. Oh, and this lot here at the back. Roger actually gets past Thomas, so Roger up to 7th now. Thomas drops back down to 8th. Jerry down to ninth now, so I think Thomas must have got through on Jerry too. So Jerry down in ninth. Let's have a look back up front then, see what's happening. Oh, and Too Fast for Use is taking up the lead. So Too Fast did get through there. He was getting through, got himself up to the top three, and he's obviously made his way through cleanly and he's got there. So Too Fast takes up the lead. And he's pulling away a little bit too. Look at that gap. So majority of the cars, remember, are on racing mediums. Only a couple of the drivers out there decided to go the super softs in this race. Chan going wide. And that keeps it there. Not as bad as what I thought actually. Kicks a bit Too Fast for Use, kicks a bit of dust up. No big dramas though, so there's Chuck in third. Closely followed by Paul in fourth. So Paul's going to be having a look on Chuck now, and Molson's not far behind, although he's dropped down to fifth, but he's in the battle as well here. Chuck then in third. Trying to chase down Chan, see if he can get second off him. Oh, and Chan goes wide and he might get second off him. Does Chan? Oh, he did go a bit wide. He kept it on the track though, but oh, and Chuck. I think that was partly, oh, and Chuck. Actually nearly went into the pit lane there, but that was unfortunate. I think Chan just sort of checked up a little bit and Chuck didn't really have anywhere to go. He put the brakes on and he ended up over there, so a bit unfortunate. So, let's go back to that little battle then. So Molson in fourth, so Paul third, chasing down Chand. So Chand in second. Now Paul's going to have a look, is he? He's not going to go around the outside there, not unless he can get himself around the outside onto the inside, but no. Sticks behind Chand then, in third. Oh, Chand does go wide, so it gives Paul the opportunity. He does get past and Chand's lost it. Just went a bit wide, got his tyres and his wheels onto the dirt there, and as we know by now, it's very unforgiving. So Chan back to 8th after that little mistake. Chuck in 9th, so he's had a major disaster somewhere too, because he wasn't in 9th and he's way back in 9th now, so major problem somewhere there. It's a big off he's had, which I missed, as usual. Missed all the big incidents, but I tried my best. So back up top then, let's have a look how Too Fast is getting on. Well, doing a bit of a wadru actually, he seems to be pulling away nicely here. I can't actually remember if he was one of the guys who was on the super softs or not. May well have been actually, which is why he's got the lead that he's got at the moment. But anyway, he's out there, looking good at the moment. Paul's got himself up in the second after Chan's little error. So Paul second, and then we've got this little gaggle, and Wadru has actually got himself up to third. So here he comes. Wouldn't be long before he got there, up into the top three now, so Wadru, so he's going to be having Paul in his sights, see if he can get him. He's not that far off, and Paul go a bit wide there possibly, but Wadru in third, then Unforgiven then in fourth, being hounded by Thomas. So Unforgiven fourth, Thomas in fifth. Then Molson in sixth, so a little free car battle here. Let's just stick with this, see what happens. Thomas is going to try and get on the inside of Unforgiven if he can. Paul's out there now. Is he far enough up? Well, he was, and he is. He's got to fourth, but he does get there. Unforgiven's not going to give up, and Unforgiven's done exactly what he done in race one, exactly identical. That was like a carbon copy of what happened with him and Paul in race one, and I think it was a little bit more of a touch actually that time, but it certainly was a racing incident, I think. But just the sheer power of the corner, the speed, you get yourself out in the dirty stuff and you just got no way of recovering, and unfortunately he's a little bit unlucky there tonight. As Unforgiven too, I'm going to say mistakes, it's not really mistakes, they're just incidents, and unfortunately he's been on the receiving end of them, unfortunately. So down to 7th then, Unforgiven. Jerry 6th. Molson in front of him in 5th, who's trying to chase down Thomas in 4th. And then Wadru, in 3rd still, but he is getting closer to Paul, so I think it's just a matter of time. And Paul, and that's going to help Wadru, and Paul's well off out in the weeds. And he comes back on, he's out of control a little bit. It's Wadru, knocks Wadru off the track actually, but it didn't actually lose him any places. In fact, it might have helped him actually to get away, and that's a bit unfortunate. So Paul drops down to 4th because Thomas has got him as well. Thomas then, did he get him? He did. Ran the outside from Thomas. What a move from Thomas. Don't see many people going in the outside there. So great move by Thomas then, up in the 3rd. He's going to Try and stick with Wadru if you can. That's exactly what he's thinking. Don't want to see Wadru getting away, is what he's saying to himself. If he can do it, I can do it. So then Paul in fourth then. So I see someone in the pits then. Remember, they've got to run at least 10 minutes on the medium, so it's a bit early yet for someone to be pitting unless there's an issue with something. But Paul in fourth then, Molson fifth, Jerry sixth, Unforgiven, and it was Chuck in the pits. So Chuck, so Unforgiven in seventh, Icing, Chand in eighth, and then Chuck in the pits. Not too sure what's happened there. But he's back out in ninth anyway, where he was, but yeah, I'm not too sure what the issue is there or why he went in the pits. I'm sure we'll pick that up a bit later on as to the reason why, but too fast then. Looking comfortable out there and getting that gap increasing between him and second place, who actually now is Wadru. So Wadru did get past Paul, and in fact we knew he got past Paul because Paul went off, but he seems to be just pulling away now from Thomas, who's trying to chase him down in third. Paul remains in fourth. And then a little gap back to Molson in fifth, and then there's a bit more of a gap back for Jerry in sixth. Unforgiven, he's gone in now, so the 10 minutes are up, so Unforgiven has come in, so comes in to change onto the super softs presumably. So he's wasted no time in getting them on. Bit of fuel as well, we'll take on board, so let's see where he comes out. So Chuck in ninth. So Unforgiven is going to be behind Chuck as he goes past him in the pits now. So Chuck up to eighth, but of course Chuck's has done a pit stop, or even, albeit it was a bit early, but nevertheless, it's up to eighth. Unforgiven in ninth then. Too fast coming round now. Is he going to come in? Let's have a look. Let's just stick with Too Fast now as he comes around the final corner. Is he going to go in, or is he going to have another lap out? And actually, he's only going to come in if he's got the mediums on. I do fancy he's actually got the super soft, so he hasn't come in. So let's have a look. What does Wadru do? He does come in, so Wadru's clearly on the medium, so it's Wadru's turn to come in. Thomas goes up into second, Paul to third, so Wadru in. So Thomas second now. Third for Paul, Molson fourth, Jerry fifth. Chand got past Wadru as well, so he's up at sixth now, so Wadru's still in the pits, having his change. Should be coming out in seventh place, I fancy, and he does, so there he is there, so he's going to be chasing down Chand now, so that's Wadru's stop, done. Shouldn't need to do anything now, he's fueled up, got his new rubber on, and away you go. So can he make it 2 out of 2? It's a familiar saying, I know, we've been saying it over the past few rounds, but can he do it? Stick with us and let's find out. 12 minutes into this race now, he's going to chase down Chand, which he is doing. Let's go back to Too Fast and see what happens. Is he going to come in now? No, so no, he's not in this time. Thomas, he's going to stay out too, is Thomas. About Paul stays out as well, and Molson. In fact, Molson goes in, so Molson's time for him to change. So Molson going in for his change. Jerry goes up to fourth then. So I'd imagine there's Molson getting his service now. I'd imagine Wadru will go past him, which he does, and Chand's in too. So 2 in the pits now, Molson and Chand. So Wadru up to fifth. So Wadru goes up, Molson 6th, Chuck 7th, gets himself up to 7th, Unforgiven in 8th. Jerry up to 4th as he comes round this little, quite a tricky little section this. Be quite accurate around there. Paul 3rd, Thomas in 2nd. Too Fast going for another lap in 1st. So is it time for Thomas to come in yet? No. It's Paul in, so Paul dives in. So Paul's in now for his stop. Thomas continues in second. Is Jerry going to come in? Jerry also comes in, follows Paul into the pit. So there's another two in there. So Wadru now in fifth is going to get himself up into the top three now, courtesy of Paul and Jerry's pit stops. So Wadru in them podium spots. Quite a way behind Thomas and Too Fast for You though. But never write Wadru off. So Wadru third, Paul's come out in fourth, so actually hasn't lost much there, probably just one spot actually. Molson in fifth, Jerry sixth, Truck seventh, not far behind is Unforgiven, so these two now having a little battle on their own. Ice Chan down in ninth. Let's just stick with this then and see what happens here. Unforgiven looks like he's got a bit more pace than Chuck. Yeah, he's right on the back of him now. He's Unforgiven now. Can he get past Chuck? And then Jerry's not far off. There's two, and Chuck gets himself out on the dirt, and that's going to give Unforgiven the place. He does. So Unforgiven up into seventh. So Chuck back to eighth then. So Unforgiven is going to chase down Jerry if he can now in sixth place. Chuck will stay with Unforgiven though. Look at that, look at Chuck actually, look at the pace he picked up there. There's a bit of draft in that too. He's got to be a bit careful though on this section. Don't want to be sucked into the draft here as you come around here, otherwise you're going to be off into the weeds. Oh, and he just rescues it there. Wasn't too bad, but that's what I was saying. So Unforgiven then. There's Jerry, not far in front, so Jerry in sixth place. Takes that wide sweeping line, does Jerry, to then cut it back into the apex, just like that. Forgiven and Chuck still battling out in seventh and eighth. Oh, and Chuck again runs a little bit wide. I don't think this is a favourite track of Chuck's. Again, not having one of his best nights, unfortunately for him. So Thomas is in now. So Thomas comes into the pits now. Let's see. Does Wadru get him? Thomas is in getting service. Too Fast is obviously going out for another lap here. Wadru now just coming around the final corner. Gets himself on the dirt, but he's had his stop, remember, so he's going to get himself up to second. So that's it. Second place now for Wadru. Long way behind Too Fast, but of course Too Fast hasn't stopped. He has got to run mediums at some point. I think he's on super softs. I think he started on super soft, so he has got to run them for at least 10 minutes at some point within the 30 minutes, and we're halfway through the race now, so Wadru's in a good position here to get another win actually, depending on how quickly Too Fast gets in and out of the pits. So we'll see. Pulls up to third, courtesy of Thomas's pit stop. So Thomas does come out into fourth, so again only dropped a place. Far behind though is Molson, having a better race this time. Had a terrible race one, I think he'd even admit that, and you can see for yourself if you've watched it, not the best race at all for him, but looking good here in race two. It's Molson. Jerry sixth, still being hunted down by Unforgiven, who's pulled a little gap now for Chuck, and Chand at the back in ninth. So Too Fast coming around that final bend now. Is he in? No, he's well out in front still, so Too Fast. Wadru now second, Paul still in third. So it's all kind of spaced out a little bit now. The gaps are quite evenly matched here. Thomas fourth, Molson fifth, Jerry sixth, and then Unforgiven, Chuck and Chand. Let's go back to Too Fast View, so up the front, because I'm intrigued to know when he's going to be coming in. So let's see if he comes in this time. So it all depends. I like to see where he's going to come out in conjunction with Wadru. No, he's having another lap, so he's only got 10 minutes, so he's got to do it within the next lap really, because we're coming up to, well, nearly 19 minutes now. If you can only run 10, it's only going to give him the last 10 minutes to run them. So I'm going to stick with him because I want to see what happens. Everything else is stable behind. Still Wadru second, Paul third, Thomas fourth, Molson fifth, Jerry sixth, Unforgiven seventh, Chuck eighth, Chan ninth. So let's stick with Too Fast. Been comfortable really, he's been out there since the start. Chuck's in the pits again actually, looking at that, and he's having a second stop, so I'm not too sure again. I think he must have an issue, mechanical maybe. But Chuck's in the pits, so unlucky for Chuck. Drops him back down to the back of the field, so here we go, final corner for Too Fast. And this is his last opportunity. He's coming up to the 20-minute mark now, and he's got no choice but to come in. And boom, there he goes, just as I suspected. We had no choice, he had to. So now, let's watch Wadru and see where he comes out, and does he take up the lead. Absolutely gunning it round the final bend. And he is going to get there, I think. It's going to be very tight actually. It's just coming past now, and no, and Too Fast actually comes out in front of him just. So this is going to be a great battle to the end now. So Too Fast is out. So has he timed that to perfection? Obviously Wadru's tyres are a lot more worn than what Too Fast is, and it's going to take probably a good lap for Too Fast to get up to the speed and the heat that it needs to be for him to pile in on some fast laps. But it's got a bit of a gap already, or a gap anyway, just to play with for the time being. So let's see what happens. So it's Too Fast and Wadru, there is the gap. So not very big at all, but it all depends on the tyres now. So let's see. Paul in third still, Thomas fourth. Molson and Jerry, I think, are having a little battle. Let's have a quick look. Well, yeah, pretty close. Molson fifth, Jerry sixth. So Jerry, try and have a look at Molson then to see if he can get back up to top five. Why not? Top drivers in this league and in this race tonight. It's a shame we couldn't get a few more to join us, but it is what it is. And but they're all top drivers, great lads, and now as you can see for yourself, the racing is absolutely fantastic. So Jerry then trying to hunt down Molson. I think he's gaining on him. So let's have a look. There's the gap there. So yeah, oh, Molson goes wide, and that is going to give Jerry the opportunity. So Molson out there. Well, he's still gunning it, so he's certainly not. He's still hanging around, is he? So does Unforgiven get there as well? He does. So Molson drops down to seventh. Unforgiven gets through too. So unfortunate from Molson. Just a little bit too much throttle around there. Got himself a bit wide, and once you're out there in the dirt and the weeds and all the rubber, the loose rubber out there, you're a goner. So Molson seventh, drops down to seventh. Chand in eighth. Chuck in ninth. And then Too Fast has gone off from the lead. Oh my goodness. And we've just seen him come back on, so he's done it on the final bend. That means Wadru's come through to first. So what a gift for Wadru. He'd be laughing in the cockpit now and smiling to himself, thinking, well, was that my pressure, or was it just a mistake? And Paul's got through on Too Fast too because of that. So that's unlucky for Too Fast. Led the race right up to that point. Hadn't made a mistake, hadn't put a foot wrong until then, and it just goes to show you can be as consistent, as clean as you like. One little mistake on this track and you're a goner, and suddenly you're losing places. And Thomas is not far off the back of him too now, so Thomas is going to be eyeing up a podium position. We've got Jerry and Unforgiven. And Molson 7th, Chan 8th, Chuck still in 9th. But let's go back to that. Too Fast in 3rd. Trying to chase down Paul. He's just getting away a little bit, Paul, is he? I mean, I don't think he's going to catch Wadru, though he's not that far off, but such as the man, Wadru, is once he gets out there, all you can hope for really is for him to make a mistake, and we have seen a mistake from him unusually tonight, but that's probably the first one I have ever seen him make, and so he's out there now into the final 5-6 minutes of this race. Could have timed that to perfection. All right, it was given to him to a certain degree by the mistake by Too Fast, but you know, you take him as a racing driver, and you know, could be another victory, could be 2 out of 2 here tonight for Wadru. Paul second, then Too Fast just dropping off a little bit. Thomas still trying to chase down Too Fast. And he's had a good battle race one, these two, so it could be a repeat of that in these last few minutes. Jerry in 5th. Unforgiven 6th, trying to chase him down. Molson 7th. Then Chand and Chuck, who's not far off, so a little battle here at the back of the pack. So Chuck having come in twice for his stops. Thought it was a mechanical, but it obviously wasn't. But it was, I'm not too sure what the first one was. Maybe it was a fueling miscalculation. The second one, maybe. Nevertheless, he's out there in 9th. Back with the leader, Wadru. And yeah, comfortable. Paul second, so he's Paul going to pick up some good second place points here. Get another podium position for him after race 1. 3rd position that he finished there. So he's had a good night there tonight as Paul. Likewise, Too Fast, if it wasn't for that error, he would have probably got victory here tonight. I fancy him race 2, but could still get 3rd place, although Thomas is going to have a say in that, because Thomas really is closing in on him. So I'm going to stick with this, like we did in race 1, because these two have seemed to be stuck together all night. So let's stick with it and see what happens in these last few minutes. Because Thomas certainly has got more pace than Too Fast at the moment, it would seem. Thomas won in 3rd place after finishing 2nd in race 1 behind Wadru. Goes a bit wide, does he, or is that nothing? It might just be the line he takes. Goes out wide and then sweeps it round onto the inside. Others go tight in there and then sort of bring it out at the apex. Certain different ways of getting around that bend for certain drivers. So this is where really the closest battle, if you like, on track. So let's stick with this. Oh, Too Fast. Oh, I thought wheels were on the. When he's gone a bit wide there. I think they both went a little bit wide there. I think Thomas almost followed Too Fast out there, but Too Fast very lucky to get away with that. His wheels were almost a goner. He did have to slam on the brakes a little bit harder than normal, otherwise he would have been gone. But controlled it well. But he is right behind him now, is Thomas, and he's right on the back of him. Coming into these final couple of minutes, final couple of laps, in fact. On another great race, race 2. BMWs giving us a brilliant show. These drivers giving us a brilliant show. I love it. Oh, and Thomas having a look around south now. Willie's going to in the inside. No, just sits behind him, but he did have a look. Perhaps he's eyeing it up for the next lap, if he can get close enough to see him where he can pass, if he's got the pace to do it. But Too Fast still holding him off. Now, I'm going to stick with this probably, guys, until the end, because I don't think there's much else going on in terms of a battle as close as this. So it's still Wadru first, Paul second. Oh, Thomas. Oh, and again, looked like he was going out wide, but he does handle that well around there. The pace he generates on the entrance of them last few bends is magnificent, actually. So Wadru fast, Paul second, Too Fast third, Thomas fourth. For now, Jerry fifth, Unforgiven sixth, Molson seventh, Chand eighth, Chuck in ninth. As he runs a little bit wide, Too Fast. What a battle this is, and we are probably, I would think, on the final lap now. The leaders might get one more in, but I fancy this is going to be the final lap. Oh, Too Fast, feeling the pressure now from Thomas now. Thomas knows he's not got long left. He's got to go for it at some point if he's close enough. And he could go for him down here in these fast sections, you know what I was saying, where he's got the last couple of bends. It's good through there. I'm going to go back with Wadru for a second. Oh no, I think we might actually get another lap in as it goes. I think there are a couple that haven't, but oh, and Wadru, has he gone off? I've just seen, no, was that someone else? I think that was someone else. I was them three that parked out there, the ones that have stopped there on the start and finish line. I'm not too sure what's happening there, but Wadru does get another lap in. Let's go back to this. Oh, and Too Fast goes off. Oh, and he nearly hits the pit wall. Thomas does take third place then. So Thomas doesn't get another lap in, so it's just Wadru and Paul who gets another lap in. So it's going to be Wadru first then, by the looks of it. As he makes an error, but Wadru first, Paul will come in second by the looks of it. Thomas has come in third, so he did get third off of Too Fast in the end. So well done to Thomas. Unlucky for Too Fast, gets fourth after that little off. Could have been first there, but very unfortunate. So Too Fast is fourth, Jerry fifth, Unforgiven sixth, Molson seventh, Chand in eighth, and Chuck coming up the rear in ninth. Let's go back to the leader then, see him cross the line. So well done to Wadru. 2 out of 2 yet again. Who can stop this man? No one at the moment, it would seem. So Wadru, congratulations. Winner of race 2 again, and then Paul in second, and that's race 2 for you guys. So thanks for watching. Catch me again soon for the new championship season of the BTCC, starting on the 25th of July. I'm going to run through the final standings, and this is the championship standings. So Wadru actually did win the championship after that, after those 2 convincing wins there on 210 points. Thomas coming in second, just behind in 204. Unforgiven gets himself up to the top 3 on 160. Then Paul in 149 in 4th. Molson in 5th on 104. And Rodders in 6th on 96. So that's your top 6, how it finished. So as I say, join me again soon, and I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.